So a little bit about me. I started my culinary career here in Philadelphia going to the restaurant school up on 42nd and Walnut Street. Worked in Manayunk for Derek Davis, worked for Neil Stein, moved out to San Francisco, missed the East Coast, went up to New York and worked at Le Bernardin with Chef Eric Repair for many years until he brought me back to my hometown of Philadelphia, where I opened up his restaurant 10 Arts by Eric Repair. From there, I moved on to Washington, D.C., opened up a restaurant down there, and now I'm back in Philly with Spice Finch, my modern Mediterranean restaurant, and I run my culinary experience company from anywhere in the whole world, but mainly out of Philly, with my partner, Billy Riddle, who is my fiance, but also co-chef with me in everything that I do. Intermixed in all of those years, which goes back to starting in about 2010, I've been a part of Bravo's Top Chef family and have been on the show multiple times. I was on season 6 Las Vegas. I was on 2 All-Star seasons. I've done multiple spin-offs of them with Top Chef Duels, Life After Top Chef, and you will see me again coming up on a very brand new show called Top Chef Amateurs, which will be coming out sometime in 2021. I have no idea when, but that will be super fun, and you can see me back on TV then. My favorite thing about being a part of Bravo's Top Chef is that it's opened up so many doors to me and has gotten me to be able to travel, but most importantly, give back, use my platform, use my voice to speak up for those who need it, and to, give to many charitable causes, just like you. I decided to choose cacio pepe for the lemon ball dish because typically, when we're doing these in person, I usually just give like a little one-biter. I wanted to make something this time around that you can make at home and have a full meal and have something that is easy and delicious and simple and only has a few ingredients. I started making this dish when I was a little kid, so it's family friendly and easy to make. Oh, my best secret kitchen hack. I don't know if this is much of a hack, but all of my spices, all of your spices, when you buy them and you bring them home from the grocery store, they come in those like plastic jars or like glass containers. You want to take them out and you want to put them into a dark, sealed tin and keep it in a cool, dry place. Now these I use for all of my spices. They're tea tins. You don't have to get anything fancy, but keeping them out of the light and in a cool, dry space will keep your spices a lot fresher and they'll last much longer. I've been a supporter of Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation for, probably since 2008. And it started off when Mark Vetri came and asked me to be a part of the Great Chefs event. And it's just taken off from there, and I've been doing it and have been a supporter every single year since then. One of my favorite memories from the Great Chefs event, there's so many, listening to the hero stories. I love that age, always so heart-touching. Every time that Liz and Jay talk every single year, it brings a tear to my eye, no matter how many times I've heard their story of their daughter Alex, who started the foundation. So they're always favorite moments of mine, but there's a different favorite memory, which was at one of the after parties of the event. Questlove was DJing, and I got to hang out and dance on stage, like behind him with Miss Wanda Sykes, and just have a blast. And that's a moment that I will never forget. There's so many reasons why I love supporting the Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, and I continue to support it year after year and have given back, you know, not just in Philadelphia, but also in New York. Is, you know, I've gotten to know Jay and Liz Scott over the years and gotten to grow with the foundation and really gotten to see how many lives it's affected and changed, and families that it's done really, you know, amazing things for, that would not have been able to do without the support of myself and other chefs like me. And so, you know, it's always an easy yes whenever the foundation asks me to do anything at all. I jump at the chance to help out in every single way that I can, and I will continue to do that and pledge my support to the foundation from now and for many, many years to come. Thank you all so much for joining me and allowing me to share one of my favorite recipes with you. Please donate and please continue to support the Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, not only now, but throughout the whole year. The pandemic has really devastated a lot of us in many, many ways, and we can use your support now more than ever. So please give. Thank you. I'm here today to teach you how to make a cacio pepe for the same reason you're all here, the virtual lemon ball for Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. Why don't we get started? So this is one of my favorite recipes. It's super simple, it's very delicious. Anybody can make this. You can make this with your kids, you can make this summertime, wintertime, whenever. So we're gonna start off with the ingredients. There's not that many. There's actually more equipment than ingredients. So we have our pecorino cheese. You can also use Parmesan or Manchego. Any type of hard cheese will be fine that you can grate. Butter. I like to use a thicker pasta, like a bucatini or a spaghetti, whatever you like. Linguine, pappardelle is fine. Extra virgin olive oil. I have whole black peppercorns in here. Trust me when I say use freshly cracked black pepper. It makes a huge difference. Salt, and we're gonna add lemon to this since it is for the Lemonade Foundation. Okay, I have my water boiling back here, and we are going to drop our pasta and start heating up our pan. Woo, that's boiling pretty quickly. Okay, so I have about 1/4 pound of pasta here. You're going to lightly season your water with salt. Drop your pasta. Turn your heat back up so it comes back up to a boil. And it's going to cook for about 7 to 8 minutes until it has, actually less than that, it's probably going to cook for about 5 to 6 minutes. So it's still pretty al dente, and we're going to finish cooking it in the pan with the sauce, as you'll see. So while the pan's warming up and the pasta is cooking, we are going to grate our cheese. And I like to grate it on a box grater. You can also grate it on a microplane or in your Robocoup if you have a kitchen, like a food processor. So I'm grating it on the small side of the grater, which is going to help it melt a little bit faster when I put it into the sauce. I like a lot of cheese, and I like to do this beforehand so it is all going into the pasta at the same time. And then I grate some extra on top once it's plated as well. Watch your fingers, knuckles back, because grating your fingers is not fun. I've done it plenty of times. Do a little bit more. Okay, that looks like enough. I'm gonna move the grater over here, the cheese out in front. But that looks great, super light and fluffy. Okay, pasta is going. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to grab a towel so you don't burn your hands. And I'm going to turn my flame down to low. And into the pan, I'm going to do about 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. It's a little hot, so I'm just going to move it around and let it cool down for a minute. That got hotter faster than I thought. Because if I put the butter in right now, it would burn automatically, and we don't want to do that. So just have patience and let it cool down. Turn your flame off, no big deal. So we're just gonna wait a minute and let that chill down. Okay, patience is all it takes to let it cool down and not burn your butter and burn your peppercorns. Okay, now that the oil has cooled down, okay, the pan still is pretty hot, so I'm not gonna turn it back up. We're gonna add in our butter. About 2 tablespoons of butter. It seems like a lot, but it is very, very delicious and need it. And now we're going to, while the butter is melting and starting to caramelize, we're going to freshly grate our black pepper into here. And I like a lot of black pepper. I mean, the whole dish is all about the celebration of the pepper, right? Cacio pepe. So while the butter's melting and getting nice and bubbly and it's hot, the pepper is starting to bloom and all its aromatics are starting to come out. As you can see, like having a grinder at home, you get like all different sizes of peppercorns. So there's some larger pieces, a little bit smaller. Really good. Okay, we're gonna turn this back on. We're gonna leave it on kind of a low heat. Add a little bit more pepper with another pepper grinder that I have. Great, that looks good. And we're just gonna swirl this around until the butter starts to brown a little bit and it gets nice and nutty tasting. Add a little bit of salt, about 2 pinches of salt. I'm going to check on our pasta. Yep. We're there. Perfect. As you can see, this butter is lightly caramelizing. It has those nice like bubbles that looks almost like foam. And this is exactly what we're looking for to get that nutty, delicious flavor. Now the pasta is ready and we're going to bring it over. We're gonna go right into our pan. flip to get that butter and oil all over it, and it's starting to emulsify and coat the pasta really nice and tightly. Now from here, we're gonna put in a little bit of our cheese, just right over the top of it. And we're gonna add about 2 ounces of our pasta water. Now the pasta water is gonna help create that really delicious sauce that we're looking for. That pasta water has a starch in it. I'm just we're gonna let it cook down and thicken up just slightly. And now the cheese is like started to melt into the sauce. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. I'm gonna give it another flip. You can see how nice that's looking. And if you like it a little bit saucier, just add more water to it. Really good, buttery, nutty, peppery. I'm gonna add a touch more water. A little more pepper. A squeeze of fresh lemon. A little bit of lemon zest. And we're gonna plate. Perfect. Bring your bowl over. Get up all that pasta. Give it a twist. Pour the sauce in on top. Put more cheese on top. You know, an extra grind of pepper for a goodness, and a little bit more lemon on top. Wipe. And there you have it. Super simple cacio pepe with lemon. Please try this at home. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.